ready for the Darkest Dungeon race for Swine Prince. And there is a bid war that's going on for if you want to kill or save Wilbur. So before we get to that point, we'll just need to know, you know, where are we at as far as for whether we got to kill or save Wilbur. We'll need to know that in about a half hour.
Looks like, yeah, we'll check it in about a half hour, right as we start the boss fight. When the first person goes into the boss fight,
yep,
we'll probably be locked in then.
Yep, absolutely. So I'm sure if anyone's ever interested in Darkest Dungeon speedrunning, I'll give our plug now. Super easy to get into. I know Darkest Dungeon seems a little intimidating, but it's definitely not. Speedrunning it is a lot easier than it sounds, so feel free to... If someone is in chat and wants to mention what it takes to get it going and done, then...
Yep, just head on over to speedrun.com/darkest_dungeon. Click the Discord link. It takes you to a wonderful little community of people where we you don't need to be a mechanical god to get world records in this game.
No.
I have 10 thumbs and have one or two, so it's
and we have weekly bingo races. So yeah, it's all fun and games. So I am almost loaded on the old road. Are you loaded on the old road?
I am loaded right up, my dude.
All right, so I'll give us a countdown and then we'll be off. You ready?
I am ready.
All right, and 3, 2, 1, and start.
So we will start out on the old road. It is identical on both of our screens. The old road and Ruins 1 are both going to be exactly the same on each other's. Everything after that is going to be different. We haven't found a way to seed runs yet to get identical runs for this type of situation, but someday, you know, that's in the works, isn't it? Skip, you're working on that.
Trying to see if there's a possible way to do that, but I'm not positive. I'm not seeing. I don't think that capability is built in anywhere. I got some really good luck on the first strike. I got a crit and was able to bleed the first guy out, and he died of bleed. So I saved actually a lot of time, and then I've had some misses here, so it balances itself out. And it looks like on the stream we're a little bit desynced on time, so. But that's okay.
That's okay. I'm not worried about it.
Nah, we'll keep you updated as to who's where.
Grape shot kills are the best feeling in this game.
Did you actually get a grape shot kill?
Sure did. Grape shot is an ability that is very it hits multiple targets but is very low accuracy. It feels so good when a bunch of enemies are low health to just go for that grape shot, even though it's like a coin flip in terms of hitting or not.
Perhaps the turning point.
All right, I'm done with Old Road.
Oof, I have bad abilities on my Vestal, so I'm going to be scaredy catting.
Yeah. If the worst that happens is a little time desync, we're all good.
Such as it is.
Yep.
So we all have a little bit different strats for how to get through this. There may be 1 second faster than the other, or not. The nice thing is coming out of the old road into the first, there's so much talking the caretaker does. It's not necessarily any time saved here. We're both going to be doing what's called a time machine, followed by a scaredy cat. Would you like to explain the time machine?
So the way that the time travel works is basically you send someone into Ruins 1, the first mission. You have to go and complete that mission in order to continue. Basically, you send one person into that mission, and basically you retreat from that mission, and some areas unlock later than others. So basically it is a sort of a way to accelerate the weeks in order to unlock other areas without having to listen to the narrator talk for an eternity like you do when you send them into the Darkest Dungeon.
Now you'll see me doing a Darkest Dungeon, you know, we call a scaredy cat skip after the time machine, because the going into the Darkest Dungeon while you get more speaking going on, it guarantees skips the week so you can get more people out of your stagecoach. So Yeah, we started at the same time. My timer shows about 3:20, and that's about what yours is at, right?
Oh, I didn't even start a timer.
Oh, you didn't start your own timer? We started at the same time.
No, I
now.
didn't. Yeah, we did start at the same time.
I got a timer going on my own just because I like to keep track of where I'm at.
Yep, no worries.
Oh, game crash. That's great.
Oh no.
Game crashes are
It
a part of it.
happens.
We actually have that built into the rules that if you crash the game, just keep your timer running. On PC, it is prone to crashing. It just happens. Fortunately, starting the game back up, you only lose about 20 seconds. So
It's not terrible. But yeah, basically the main difference between the two, time travel and Darkest Dungeon or Scaredy Cat, is just time travel. You don't have to listen to the drivel, the nonsense of the ancestor, the narrator, the entire time. So
yeah.
generally it's a bit faster. The problem is that just like he stated, you don't get those heroes, extra heroes from the stagecoach that actually allow you to do this first ruins mission a bit faster than if you have a Vestal and a Plague Doctor. I actually did do a Scaredy Cat. Sometimes if I get specific skills on my Vestal and Plague Doctor, I will just do double time travel and just take the risk of
Lots of curse and
basically save the
afflictions.
25 seconds.
I went a little bit safety. A little bit safety for the marathon here, so I wasn't going to do that.
Never safe.
I didn't even bother looking, to be honest. Just like, nah. But I did get a nice...
Part of me secretly really just wanted to have a comparison between the two. I really wanted to have good skills on those two so that we could just have like a head-to-head see what happens kind of
I
thing
suppose.
happen.
Yeah.
But they didn't. So
Oh my goodness. Can't take down 2 skeletons? Feels bad, man.
oofta. Oh, the poor Houndmaster.
Remind yourself that
All right.
overconfidence is slow.
So one of our biggest enemies in this game is stress. For those who have not played Darkest Dungeon before, there are kind of 2 health bars to manage. You have a standard HP bar and a stress bar. If that stress bar fills all the way up, your character will undergo what's called a stress check, virtue check, that they can either pass or fail. If they pass it, they basically get a buff that then they buff themselves, other members of the party, things of that nature. If they fail it, they become afflicted, and then they start screaming and yelling at each other, and generally just being mean to one another, and basically it wastes a whole bunch of time. You can lose, if you get someone afflicted early in a mission, you can lose a minute
Yeah.
just from them screaming at each other
And
in combat.
they keep talking, and it loses time, and it stresses everybody else out. So it's just... The stress is the white bar underneath them, is stress. The red is their HP. When their HP runs out, they don't necessarily die. They just, you know, go on death's door. So you can withstand low HP a lot more than you can withstand low stress. And yes, Muffin did say oofta. He is from the great state of Minnesota, where it's prone to happen.
Oh yeah, it's been pretty darn chilly around here lately, if I do say so myself.
I used to be from there too, so I'm very familiar.
Yeah, no, it's every year we get 1 week where it's just 20 to 30 below zero. Just the way it is.
The worst for me is the week that you get in late April where you think winter's over, but it's not. Like, you know it's going to come back for one more snowstorm in late April, early May.
Another abomination. Cleansed
I'm not having a great Ruins one here. In fact, you could say I'm having a terrible one. It's taking way too many hits. But, so this last Darkest Dungeon room, in Ruins 1 is exactly the same. You noticed we were both running exactly the same thing going through Ruins 1. The route's the same, the enemies you face are the same. It's Old Road and Ruins 1 are exactly the same thing. It is a scouting mission. You only have to explore, meaning go into 90% of the rooms, but you don't have to beat every monster that you see in there. So this last room will actually escape out of, and it will still count. That was the first thing that was discovered, I believe, in the game to speed up time. There's been many things since then, but that was the first little, hey, wait a minute.
Yep.
We don't have to
just need to look
fight
in
this
there. Just
battle.
peek, open the door, take a look in, just be like, oh, look, it's scouted. You don't need to go in there, guys.
And you hope you surprise everybody in the room, because then you get to go first. Otherwise, you take stress.
If you don't scout, or if you get surprised in that room, you do not actually get to retreat.
Oh yeah, well you have to wait one full round before you do that, so
Yep.
it's annoying.
Oh man, unfortunately, I tried to get rid of a quirk on Reynald. I ran into these nice scrolls laying on the ground. If you use a torch on them, it eliminates one of your negative traits. The negative trait that we eliminated was, of course, the God-fearing trait and not the kleptomaniac trait that we wanted to get rid of. The problem with kleptomaniac versus God-fearing is kleptomaniac. If Reynald, sometimes when he sees a piece of shiny loot, he just can't resist himself, and he just needs to go grab it and steal it from you and waste your time walking through these dungeons. And we don't want that, because he's wasting our time, and our time is valuable.
Okay.
There are also other traits. Curious. Basically, they will touch whatever the heck they want. I think it's like a 30% chance, no matter what they... If you walk past the curio, that they're going to touch it.
Yeah, you don't really have the chance to... Reynald's always has that one, that kleptomania. But otherwise, you don't have much time to really manage that. It's just, you gotta go with it. And if you get something, I got a scout right here. Oh, perfect. Lots of room battles.
Sometimes you might get lucky, and you come across those scrolls early, and it might be worth touching the one curio to potentially get rid of him touching 4 more down the road. But generally, if you're running for world records and things, you just suck it up.
Right.
Deal with it.
Here's a nice crit shot. There we go. Reynald showing that
To find a room battle.
And another crit shot. Wow.
Just one room battle is all I need. Good lord. Alright, so we found a room battle.
So,
oh, brother.
Every now and then the kleptomania works in your favor. My Reynald decided to touch a stack of books, which is very risky. That has a high percentage chance of not going well. But he ended up picking up Warren's Explorer while he was touching the books. So now I get a higher scout chance in the Warrens, which is where the Swine Prince is located. So
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
that never happens to me.
I have an abusive arbalist right now,
Oh, excellent.
so it's going well. This is... We're gonna lose some time in this one. I have a Swine Wretch in the back that is just continuously dodging. He's like Neo in the Matrix. He sees the lines of code as they flow before his very eyes, and he cannot be stopped. Perfect. Drums of Doom. Alright.
Curious is the trap maker's art.
So anyone curious, Timemuphin actually has the world record in this category.
He does.
You got this, what, a week or so ago while practicing for this?
Yep, I was practicing for this, and I got the world record while practicing for this, and I said I got sick of looking at red splits all the time, so I said, you know what, we're gonna practice the boss after this one, flesh percent, which you have to go through the Swine Prince to get to the flesh.
And that's one
And,
skip I'd like to figure out, how to get to the tier 2 bosses without going through the tier 1 bosses first. But anyways.
That would be amazing if we could figure that out. Yeah, I was going through there and going through the Swine Prince, and I managed to beat my old time while going through
Oh, so you beat it again?
boss entirely. No, you never know.
Wow.
Not looking good, but you never know.
My party's liking to take as much stress as
Very not
possible.
looking good. One thing about the scaredy cat method, if I go back to that for a moment, is it is actually useful in casual play as well. If you come across, you know, your favorite team or whatever, and one person is afflicted or gets afflicted on your last mission, or something, you need to get rid of something off of them, or you need to improve them somehow. You can basically do this. You send them into the Abbey or Sanitarium or wherever, and then do what we do, is send a sacrificial lamb into the darkest dungeon. And when they come out, that person will be out of the Abbey, and their affliction will be cured, and you should be good to go on your merry way.
Props to Tricro and our community for finding that one.
For sure.
Alright, we're not scouting. So
He is currently our darkest dungeon % world record holder.
Yes. I think Cry4, I believe, has that one. Or did Tricro snag it away from him?
Tricro, I think, got 8.5 hours like a week ago.
Okay, yeah, he is. So he has done the entire game.
I don't
in
think
8.5.
he's submitted it yet, though.
Oh, well.
It might not be on the leaderboards, I guess. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, we
I know
finally
they had a race for it.
Yeah, we finally started running the entire game, and getting a good route for it. So that's about the longer marathons. We can now start doing those sometime soon.
I hear there's some rumblings about potentially what is it? Countess %, a courtyard %.
Oh, a countess.
Cry4 was talking about earlier.
Well, that's just brutal.
Yeah, I don't. No, thank you. I'm not into the marathon runs. I think the longest run I'm gonna do is the kill all tier 1 and tier 2 apprentice. That's about as close as I'll get. Alright, so what I'm doing here is I'm actually grabbing a different party member
This is terrible.
because our Arbalist went crazy.
Great shot.
Oh, unfortunate. So we got a medium length mission in the Warrens. So what we need to do is we need Scaredy Cat to get a new batch of missions.
I cannot find the last room battle.
Oh no.
I'm going. It was a nice grid layout, but I wasn't scouting enough, so I'm going in circles.
I gotcha.
Yeah. This is where RNG can kill you here. It's just you get a good layout, you're thinking great. It's a short mission. Room battles.
Those grid layouts are dope, especially in like scout missions.
Yeah.
They can make a scout mission be like 2 minutes long.
Oh, there they are.
Which there's the thing with scout missions is there's less variance in them, so they're lower risk technically, but you can get way faster times in skirmish missions where you do 100% of room battles. So you can get a 0 or 1 room skirmish mission, which is going to be way faster than a standard or even fast scouting mission.
I don't think there's a 0 room. I think I checked in the code. You have to have 1 room.
Oh, is there?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll always have the 1 room, but if you can have that room be the first room you get to with no anything in the way between there, and then you get a 2-minute dungeon. It's amazing.
I was thinking of the what was that picture? The picture of the 2-room scouting mission.
I have had that.
Sounds so good.
You normally
I
get
hope
that.
to see it
You
someday.
normally get that followed directly by the next mission being only medium missions offered, and the scouting, and you have so many hallway battles. Yeah. All right, so I'm now out of Warrens 1.
Finally got a short mission. I had to Scaredy Cat twice to get a short mission.
I had double Hellion, double Occultist. Interesting.
Ooh, nice. Those Hellions are nice, man. Top tier.
We're gonna actually double that up.
Oh boy. Okay, we're going this way.
Business here. Who has
Nice grid. No scout though.
Nice. I got a short right out of the box too.
Oh, so see, there you go. So he had a bad Warrens one, and he's right back in the game now because I just got dealt a bad hand. And it's just the way these races kind of go.
They breed quickly.
Of course, I've got a nice split direction. At least I scouted really nicely.
Even faster.
Nice.
So I know
So
which
we're
way
gonna-
I have to go. Good. One route is eliminated. That's very nice.
Goofers.
Light, the promise of safety.
You got a
This could be-
skirmish as well?
This skirmish. This could be a 2-battle. Could be a 2-battle. If the Helling would connect.
Another one falls.
Yeah, so I'm in the middle of a scout mission.
Executed.
Basically, long story short, for scouting missions is you need to clear all the rooms except for one. And right now we are in a kind of not a great spot. So we did get a scout. It's not a very good scout, unfortunately. So we don't know where we're going after this.
Another abomination.
Yep, so I'm just gonna have to risk it. Hope
Now, one
that there's
thing, if you
nothing in
are-
this room.
If you are going through and you need a scout, like, and you see a pack on the ground, you have a decent chance of getting a map in those packs that are sitting on the ground.
We find victory.
So it's always worth checking those just to see.
True. I always forget about. Oh, jeez. Worst hall battle. Hall battles generally are a little bit easier, generally speaking, than room battles. However, sometimes you do get hall battles that are just as brutal and difficult as a room battle is.
Their formation is
Where you get 4 people and they're all, you know, high HP, high protection, high stress dealers. Thankfully, we surprised them though, so we at least got to kill 2 before they got to go.
It's always the goal, is to take out as many as you can if they're surprised.
Take the guaranteed kill
Right.
is something I have had to preach to myself repeatedly.
Even though I just grape shot it because I can.
Exactly. Never a grape shot. That's the
Never
That's
want to
the
do
real
it.
lesson.
That feels like swag strats right there. And it's not worth it
swag-
usually.
the swag feels so good though. It is so worth it. Alright, we're gonna get rid of that though now.
This could be it. There we
Got rid
go.
of resolution.
And I'm out.
Feels bad.
Out of Warrens 2 with that's a rainbow split for me in Warrens 2 actually.
Oh, brother, nice.
I'm still behind my time for my PB, but
Let me share with you the
We are still in Warrens too.
okay, grave robber. We get lunge.
We ran into a room battle. Unfortunately, this room battle was unavoidable due to the layout that we had, so it's just luck of the draw.
Actually, gotta get rid of Renault. I know. Ooh, we got a medium
Medium
mission.
dodges.
See, now you can catch up.
Just disgusting dodges. Let's hope my Warrens 3 is a little nicer than this one. Oh, crits just take so long. I almost would rather not get crits sometimes.
At the wrong time when you don't need them. It's like he has 2 HP, crit. Oh, great. I don't need
That's
that.
right. Now I
Not
gotta
helpful.
sit here for 8 seconds while it pops up the stress relief and the buff.
And then they start talking to each other.
That's right.
And great
They're very
gongs
chatty.
sound in anticipation of the coming sacrifices. Far below,
Oh boy, this madman.
Do
You think for a guy who
of a beating
is
heart.
wearing nothing but rags that he would be a little, I don't know, easier to hit?
His dodge is unbelievable. As a guy who's not even
It
paying
is.
attention, his hands on his head, he's not focusing.
He's just screaming at you
Yeah.
over and over.
There will be no sleep tonight. The wild shouts of
All
So
right.
we got, please.
Here's another fight.
Short
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna retreat. And we're gonna just eat the stress check because
Actually, we're gonna go. Who has you do? There we
yeah.
go.
So we've got 3 room fights in this scouting mission, which is pretty. It's pretty bad. Normally you only get one or 2 room fights in a scout mission, and generally they can be avoided unless you're in a nice hallway battle. Oh my God, there's a hall battle too. This is my 5th fight in this scouting mission.
I spent a little bit of time there upgrading my guys just in their strength. But not sure it's necessarily needed, Wilbur die first? I don't think so, buddy. Over the border. Not gonna happen. That's not what the bid war is. Kill Wilbur first is not the bid war.
But what if it was?
Oh my gosh, that would be... That'd be funny.
Alright, we got a stress check. Dismiss. He's abusive.
We got a nice scout grid. We're in a skirmish mission.
So basically after this mission, Dismiss is dead to us.
Oh. Yeah, no, not a lot of time to heal afflictions unless you have to scaredy cat anyways.
That's basically the move. Unfortunately, it just happened on our way to our last room, which is...
Oh, I forgot to change it.
You're 1 square away.
Oh, bad man.
Please don't be a room fight. Thank you.
Destroy them all.
There we go. Everybody dodged, but I had Riposte turned on, so his attack hurt himself and not me.
Riposte is so good.
Love it.
Oh, we have to get rid of Dismiss, so you're in, Distributor. Actually, you know what? A couple of these people are out. What do we have for missions before we decide who's in and out, who's out?
Forgot to change her. Oops, I need that
we
one.
need... Oh boy, we got problems. Alright, you're gone. You're dead to me. You're gone. Nope, not you.
Getting rid of people? Oh boy. Who's
Yep.
got a...
It's a
Weak
sure
grip.
sign that things are going super well. Alright.
Winded. I got rid of Winded on Dismiss. That's great. Forget which one that is. More stress or food or something. I don't know.
Don't remember. So Reynold is fine. You and I guess we're gonna bring good friend the Plague Doctor with us. Plague Doctor is a pretty low tier character.
Plague Doctor gets good later in the game. Stacking Blight can be really good, but not in these runs. Not with Apprentice here.
No, very much no. Doing 1 damage direct, followed by 3 or 4 damage after is generally not. Alright, we got Spoders. Oh no, and then they go first. Spiders are one of the most dangerous enemies in this game.
Oh, but they can be the fastest as long as you surprise them.
Exactly, that's the trick. The trick is that they can be the slowest or the fastest. If the red ones go first, which they oftentimes do, they mark your dudes, which then gives the nice green spiders in the back a super damage buff.
Just don't let that happen. No problem, right?
I know, right? Jeez, just get good.
Yes,
We're gonna use papers here because
Feeling to see the issue.
we have low enough health so we can actually just AoE them down.
Maintain the offensive.
Please don't.
With crits on your characters, as you can see, is that it gives your characters additional stress. And that's just not necessary.
Give them no quarter.
Ugh.
Not enough.
I don't want to do that whole fight, so we're not gonna do that whole fight.
Anytime you can avoid a battle, even if you have to go around, if you have a 5-tile room and there's no barricades or anything in the way, it only takes about 10 or so seconds to walk down a hallway. So if you think about what it takes to actually have to do a battle, even if it's a short one, you're usually better off going around.
And we ran into a whole fight anyway, which again,
Remind yourself that
it's just luck of the draw.
insidious killer.
The struggle is real.
It was looking really good for me, but then I have one more room battle. And you never
That's
know.
okay, we're 1 room in, we have 1 room battle that I can see left, but we're only halfway through, so...
Be gone.
We've gotten no scouts, so we don't really know anything beyond what we're looking at. Problem with this team that I currently have is they're very melee focused. A lot of damage on the front 2 spaces, not a lot of damage on the back 2 spaces, which becomes problematic when you have the stressors that we want to kill first in the back.
Got a madman showing up. So question by Hipster Ducky there, if you generally want to have characters so you can swap them out. Yeah, generally you do need to worry about that. It's just going in and just one set of characters, not going to work so well, especially because for the apprentice tier, you really don't have to level your guys up too much. You can actually take level 0s in and still be effective against the final bosses in the apprentice tier. They're not that strong. For a new player,
we use papers to try and clear out corpses here so that we can actually swing and deal damage now, which happened, thank goodness. So
the best run I'd recommend for you as a new player is go after the Necromancer percent fight, which again, if you go to speedrunning.com and look for the search for Darkest Dungeon, you'll see it. That one doesn't require any of the special skips we were showing before, and what I would go for in there is just maximum damage. You're going to want, because it's ruins, something like a Crusader is great because he doesn't have, or I should say he has additional damage against undead. So Crusaders, Highwaymen, Houndmasters because they're versatile, the Hellions that you saw here, look for those characters. Or even a Man-at-Arms or a bounty hunter.
Bad luck spiders, just keep finding me, man.
Alright, we're going to do a little bit of level up here just for as we can.
Alright, Lepta, please hit him. That's all I need from you right now, my dude. That's all I needed. Did not get it.
There we go, and on into the Swine Prince battle.
The ways and rituals of blood sacrifice are
Alright, we
difficult
are
to master.
hopefully coming upon our last
Those from
fight here.
beyond require a physical vessel if they are to make the crossing into our reality.
Alright, yep, so we have to go explore all the rooms in the mission because
Without the proper
that's the way it goes.
Yep. Yeah, there is tutorials. I'm actually redoing that tutorial because we've got a lot of stuff that we discovered since then that needs to get into the tutorial. So now the Swine Prince is going to be as far away as possible. I'm in one corner, I have to go to the other corner. Sometimes you get a better layout. Actually, I'm going to go back. I want to grab this. Hope for a map. Loot. Don't need loot. Don't want the collector to show up, so no. You've got to watch out. Got to watch out for
with
collector.
bringing Plague Doctor into the ruins is that all of the ruins enemies have higher resistance to blight, which is very problematic when your character's main source of damage is blight damage.
Mm-hmm. Very, very true.
For those who are very new to the game. Watching for the first time, wondering why all of these blights are being resisted. Oof. So my bounty hunter there, he just got a disease. The fits. Some of the diseases don't matter to our quality of the playthrough. So some of them don't matter even a little bit. But the fits is a very bad disease because it actually gives us less accuracy and less crit percent chance, which will make our fights go much faster. So
Crits as much as possible.
alright, so we finally are through to Swine Prince as well. Not too far behind. It's manageable. I'm gonna risk it here. I'm just gonna go right in without looking at anything.
Kind of have to at this point. I'm a couple rooms away from Swine Prince here.
Yeah, so I basically have to get a pretty good layout with no fights and some good scouts, knowing where to go to avoid the fights to kind of catch up here.
Get rid of some of the extra stuff. Notice I am trying to manage by getting rid of stuff out of my inventory. If you have a over 3/4 full inventory, you can get the collector, and the collector, while not terrible, you can survive it, will definitely slow you down.
Alright, well I got a really good layout and I got a critical scout in the very first room. So
There's a
basically, I
chance.
get a 2-room radius worth of vision.
I'm in the
from where
last
I
hole.
started, and I have a pretty good layout as well. Besides the 50-50 at the end, basically what will happen with bosses is they will always be in the room that is farthest away from you. So sometimes you'll have 2 rooms that are the same distance apart, and you'll just have to basically risk it unless you get a nice scout. See, no, we have to do a fight now before we can. I can demonstrate to see where to go.
The path is clear.
Basically, you're taking your chances if you don't get that scout.
It is a travesty.
This Plague Doctor is super bad in this fight because these little wormy guys have 100% resistance to blight.
Muffin, someone's wanted to ask from you. They want to know from you, what do you suggest for beginner time? They want to hear from you.
Beginner.
Yeah.
What I recommend as far as like what run to.
I don't know. It just says, what do you suggest for beginner time?
Oh, what do I suggest for a beginner? Okay. I mean, what I would probably recommend is look at the videos. What I would recommend the most, probably, though, what helped me the most is you go to the speedrun.com/Darkest Dungeon page on speedrun.com. They have a Discord there. There's all kinds of people in there that are more than happy to help you learn the fun little tricks to get some world records of your own.
I mean, yeah, this game takes a while to be proficient, that's true. But it's, in order to run it, you don't really have to, it takes not too long. I am pretty
you don't need
close.
to have massive game knowledge.
Oh, by the way, am I killing or saving Wilbur? I need to know what's happening. I'm assuming it's still killing Wilbur. Because, by the way, the Swine Prince is dead.
Oh, nice. Congrats, my dude.
Think I have to just take out Wilbur now? Time is coming up when I hit back to Hamlet on...
Exposed to a killing blow.
Oh, hey, this is going to be Marathon World Record. That's cool. If I can get Wilbur.
Nice.
Oh my gosh. Wilbur won't go down. Oh, there it is. Now he's gone.
Get him already.
Seriously, Wilbur is a pain.
Oh,
You don't
guess
have to
wrong on
kill
the
Wilbur
50-50.
in a regular run. You can just escape out and still get it. And there's time for me.
oh my lord.
35:07.
So I guess wrong on the 50-50. Went back down through the room. A room battle or hall battle spawned, and it was not spiders or anything nice. No maggots, like I would have liked. That's the way it goes, man. Oh man, he's got all kinds of problems. He's diseased out the yazoo.
Let me share with you the terrible wonders.
Alright, we got this nice swine wretch. Please, thank you. Thank you for not dodging. Thank you for playing nicely with me. Mr. Swine Wretch. How many hall fights do we have in this hallway with 3 squares? 1 right here? Oh, wow, we actually got none. I'm surprised. Normally when it rains, it pours in
Yep.
these runs.
I'm watching the
When
chat
bad
right now.
things start to happen, they
people
just
really-
continue to happen.
People really don't like Wilbur, apparently. What was the final bid to take out Wilbur, I wonder?
I'm gonna take a look. So one thing Plague Doctor in Swine Prince is actually good because he has 0% blight resist and bleed resist. So dots are actually really good against the Swine Prince.
$20 to take out Wilbur.
Nice. They really don't like Wilbur.
Really don't like Wilbur. Yeah.
Well, good. He's a jerk anyway. Look at him with his headband, his ninja swords. I think they're ninja swords anyway. I guess or are those flags? Are those his semaphore flags that are tucked into his?
Yeah, there's some, because that's how he's telling the
Okay.
Swine Prince where to attack. It's semaphore. That's the part. I actually
right.
really Wilbur, I think, is great because of that. So.
That's awesome.
Yep.
All right, we're almost there. He's half dead now.
Nice.
He's taking 15 damage a turn from the Plague Doctor dots. That's the thing. In longer fights like this, those dots are really nice to have. Well, unless... Okay, I was going to say unless he somehow resists, even though he has 0% resist, but...
Yeah, so we have no way of actually dropping seeds in. That's the unfortunate part, is that we each get different RNG and everything. So for a race, it's sort of like we're racing to see who gets better RNG. But it's still fun. We'd like to be able to control that and maybe future updates.
Oh god, Wilbur just killed my bounty hunter.
Oh.
No!
Wow. Yeah, Wilbur has that squeal attack when he's just him that can stun everybody, and it's just annoying. Yeah, I'd love to be able to throw seeds in because that would be great for races, and actually having some seeded run leaderboards would be great, which is where we're taking a lot of the RNG out. Or a good portion of it.
And that is time for me now.
Nice. GG, man.
GG's, my dude. Poor Wilbur, he just had to do it, man.
Had to take out that grave robber. But yeah, guys, so appreciate you guys all being here. This is a lot of fun. Darkest Dungeon community, we've got a good number of people in there. It's pretty active, actually. You know, everything from... You know, you can run the old road and try to get a sub 1 minute old road to doing the full Darkest Dungeon, or even doing a roster percent, which is getting all the roster goals up, which is even longer than doing the full game. So we've got it all. Check it out if you're interested. Love to have you.
Yeah, for sure. And I'd like to, you know, thank the members of the community, Tricrow, Cry4, CMDR, and I'd like to thank some folks from my own stream, Rainhorse, Thrustflector, Boogie, Hipster Ducky. You all are amazing.
And I have no idea who's even watching from mine. But you know who you are, and you're all great. Cool. They said it was, 39:18 on their end, but I think the timer was showing a little different time, so Commander will retime it for you.
39:18. You know what? It's sub 40. I'm happy. I'm happy with sub 40.
Hey, sub-estimate, right? Sub-estimate's always good.
Exactly, especially with the luck that I got in that Warren's 2. So that's totally fine with me getting sub 40 with what felt really, really bad all the way through.
Yeah, I mean, I had Warren's 2 with the Rainbow Split. Otherwise, it would have been atrocious for me. But yeah. And congrats to you on your first marathon run. And
yeah,
hopefully
thanks.
We'll see more of you on these.